If you and your partner are constantly fighting, it might feel like you're stuck in an endless, miserable loop. Even the smallest issues end in big blow-ups, and you have to work hard to find safe topics. Does that sound familiar? The truth is, it's not just what you're fighting about, it's how you're fighting, the communication. And if every disagreement feels like deja vu, there's likely a deeper pattern at play. But don't worry, today we're breaking down exactly what's going wrong and how to turn things around. Before we get started though, a 5-second intro. Hi, I'm Aly, a licensed marriage and family therapist and head of relationships at Paired, the app that helps couples stay in love. It's an awesome app and you can get it in the description below. Every couple fights. It's normal. In fact, research from the Gottman Institute shows that 69% of relationship conflicts are perpetual, meaning you're never going to fully fix them, like how I always put my keys back in a different spot. But don't worry, you won't be fighting about this forever. The key isn't to make disagreements disappear, it's to learn how to handle them in a way that strengthens your relationship instead of tearing it down. So let's talk about 5 major mistakes people make in arguments and how to stop them. Number 1, attacking instead of expressing. One of the fastest ways to escalate a fight is by attacking your partner instead of expressing how you feel. It's easy to blurt out, "You never listen," or "You always do this," in the heat of the moment. But those words instantly put your partner on the defensive. Criticism feels like an attack, and let's be real, no one responds well to feeling blamed. It turns a conversation into a battle where both people feel like they have to defend themselves instead of actually listening. Here's how to shift this pattern. Take a deep breath and reframe your frustration. Try using I statements instead of you accusations. Rather than saying, "You never help around the house," say, "I feel really overwhelmed when I'm handling all the chores alone." This small shift changes the conversation from blame to problem solving. And research shows that couples who use I statements are less likely to trigger defensiveness and more likely to get their partner to actually hear them. Number 2, listening to respond, not to understand. Ever find yourself just waiting for your turn to talk instead of really listening? Maybe you're already formulating your next argument while your partner is still speaking, or worse still, you're interrupting them before they even finish their thought. That's a clear sign that you're listening to respond, not to understand. Here's how to fix it. Before jumping in, pause and reflect back what they say. This sounds like, "So you're feeling frustrated that I didn't help with dinner. Did I get that right?" This technique, called reflective listening, has been shown to improve communication and reduce conflict escalation. Number 3, fighting to win instead of to solve. If your goal in an argument is to win, you're setting yourself up to lose. Have you ever walked away from a fight feeling victorious, only to realize later that nothing actually got resolved? That's because proving a point doesn't fix the real issue. When the winning solution is only a solution that works for one of you, resentment and keeping score begin to replace honesty and collaboration. Here's something to try instead. Next time you're in a disagreement, ask yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to be a team? Shifting from proving a point to actually solving the issue together changes the entire dynamic. Couples who focus on finding solutions that work for both of them instead of validating their own point of view report greater relationship satisfaction. Number 4, letting your emotions take over. We've all been there. You're in the heat of the moment, emotions are running high, and suddenly you're saying things that you don't even mean. Your heart's pounding, your voice is getting louder, and before you know it, the argument has spiraled into something way bigger than what started it. This happens because you are what the Gottmans call flooded. When your heart rate reaches 100 beats per minute, your logical, rational brain shuts off and you start thinking with your survival brain. Try addressing high emotions like this. Instead of reacting immediately, take a 20-minute break when things start escalating. Science backs this up. Stepping away lowers your cortisol, your stress hormone, and gives your brain time to reset. It might feel counterintuitive in the moment, but returning to the conversation with a clearer head later makes a huge difference. Studies show that when couples take time to cool down before continuing an argument, they're more likely to reach a resolution without saying something they regret. Here's what you've got to remember though. You must let your partner know when you're coming back to the issue. If you say, "We'll talk about it later," without saying when, it's unlikely that you'll come back, and this can eventually erode trust when one of you chronically avoids coming back to hard topics. Instead, choose a time when you'll address the issue again, or get in the habit of having a weekly relationship check-in where you can address any current challenges. Number 5, dismissing instead of validating. Saying things like, "You're overreacting," or "It's not a big deal," might seem harmless, but they can make your partner feel unheard and totally frustrated. When someone's feelings are dismissed, the argument often escalates instead of de-escalating. Validation doesn't mean you agree, it means you care and you recognize your partner's experience as real to them. That distinction can make all the difference. Instead of saying, "That's not what I meant," try, "I can see why that upset you." You're not admitting fault, you're just showing your partner that their experience matters, and that shift can stop fights before they get out of hand. Super simple phrases like, "I can see why that upset you," or "That makes sense," and "I appreciate you telling me," can completely change the tone of an argument. Validation is one of the most effective ways to calm a conflict and create emotional safety. We've covered a lot, so let's break it down into the key takeaways. If you only remember 5 things, let them be these. Number 1, stop attacking, start expressing. Reframe that frustration using I statements instead of blame. Number 2, listen to understand, not just to respond. Pause before reacting and reflect back what your partner is saying. Number 3, fight to solve, not to win. Ask yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to be a team? Number 4, take a break before reacting. A 20-minute pause lowers stress and prevents saying things that you don't mean. Number 5, validate even if you don't agree. Acknowledging feelings helps de-escalate conflict and build connection. Mastering these small shifts can completely change the way that you and your partner handle conflict, turning fights into opportunities to understand each other better. Fighting doesn't mean that your relationship is broken. It just means there's something that needs attention. And when you change how you argue, you're not just avoiding fights, you're actually building a stronger, more connected relationship. Now let's hear from you. What's one thing that instantly helps you de-escalate an argument with your partner? Drop a comment below. And if you're struggling with the same arguments over and over, the Paired app has expert-led exercises to help couples break unhealthy conflict cycles and communicate better. Download it now and try it together. The link's in the description. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more relationship insights, and I'll see you in the next one.